Hey guys, Baz86 here, doing another series of my reviews of this time Street Fighter 5 Champion Edition. Now, there was a base game, which is Street Fighter 5, but then it got turned into the arcade edition, and now it's got turned into the Champion Edition. So, it doesn't mean it brings much to the game, it just brings a couple of extra matches and things, that's about it really. But I thought I'd do a review to, get you thinking about Street Fighter, see what you think about it, and enjoy this review with me, guys. I enjoy doing these reviews. I actually am enjoying doing them. Talking about the game, about a game that I enjoy when I get into it. Um, I have to have a couple of weeks away from it, like park it to the side and then come back to it, and then I enjoy it again. But yeah, so let's do what I normally do in these reviews. Let's go through what it gives you first. Then I'll play a match and see what you think, and then I'll do a gameplay score, a presentation score, and my pros and cons, and an overall score. So here is the game, and it gives, right off the bat, we have the option of going to arcade. We have a story mode behind this as well. We have a versus, which you can either go offline, online. Versus allows you to go against a player 2 or a CPU. So the one you want, I'll play it offline versus. You got the challenges, which you can do or not do, it's your own choice. You got training to go to, you got your battle settings, and then you've got your online stuff. So your Capcom Fighters Network is basically your online PvP and stuff. Your Battle Lounge, your ranked matches, and your casual matches, and you can also shop as well. So if you're a new, before I forget, at the bottom of the screen you can see fight request. That's if you want that off, that means nobody can bring up a fight request to have a battle with you. Or if you want it on, then that means online players can give you a fight request whenever they want to. You can either turn it off or turn it on. I choose to turn it off because I'm sure it will do my edit and I don't do online sort of thing. So if you're new to the Street Fighter world and you just want to go to training first, I would definitely recommend it. So let's do that.
Training.
Let's go to training and show the training mode off. You get to pick a different match you want to go into. Is there a training arena? Let's just go to the grid.
The grid.
Right, and then this is your character select screen. So I don't have all the DLC packs. So the people that have the cards on them, I don't have. So people like Valky, Cage, Guild, E-Honda, G, Sakura, I don't have the right list I got. But as you can see, we have up to if you get all the DLC characters, you'll have up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and another 20 on the other side. Let's just check that. 31, 32, 33, 38, 39, 40. So in total, 40 characters to choose from in a game that has been going on for quite some time. So let's say I want to just train with, I just want to train with Ken. Let's go random. So I'm not favoritizing anybody. So if you're on a random select screen, just press X. And in the CPU, I'll press X. So there you go, Ed versus Carrier. We'll just pick any V skill, doesn't really matter. The V trigger is picked. It tells you exactly what they do, why it does that.
Instant kill!
It just does.
Guess it's time for a warm-up.
Right, so here we go. So to move is a left stick. Right stick does nothing, but left stick to move. You can attack. Punch is square. Heavy punch is triangle. And really heavy punch is R1. Sound level too low. Yeah, people said sound level was too high because they couldn't hear me. So, is it my mic level too low or is the gain too low?
Boring.
So yeah, you can move with that, with the left stick. You can punch with square, punch with triangle, or punch with R1. Kick with circle, you can kick with X, circle, or R2. R2 is your heavy kick, circle is your medium kick. My mic is too low. Okay. Give me just a sec.
Boring. Boring.
You're gonna hear that a lot while I sort this out.
Boring.
Okay, that better or worse? Hopefully that's better.
Boring.
You just right. So to grab in this game, if you want to go up to your character and grab, you press square and X. Do it forwards to do a forward attack, or do it backwards to be on the other side of your opponent. So backwards does that sort of move, and then that. Right, you've also got what's called trigger moves. So to activate them, you press R1 and R2.
You're on borrowed time.
And that's the trigger move. So that's R1 and R2 together.
You're on borrowed time.
And it does a move like so. To check your special moves, you go to command list. And you can see that there's different things that you can do. So you've got Psycho Spark. To do Psycho Spark, you press what it asks you to do. So you press left stick to the east. If I say north, you put up. If I say east, you go to the right with your left stick. If I say south, better. Could be a small tad more than you're there. Okay, a bit more then, yeah. All right. Give me a sec.
Boring.
There we go. How's that? I hope that's okay.
Boring.
Right, he's doing my head in, so I've got to make sure I move him, or he'll just keep saying that forever. So yeah, so I've got that move I can do. So I can do different combinations like so. And then I do my combo move. There you go. So I did that. my combo move by using L1 and R1 in the special, and do my Psycho Barrage. So you do it in the combination it asks. So you move your stick in the way it shows, and then always use R1 to get it started. So I'll do it like it says, and there's my critical arc. There you go. So Ed is a boxer. So as you can see, he's got boxing moves. There's another one. He's got very good attacks of boxing and not very good kicks. He's not really ideal for kicks, but he is ideal for punching.
1, 2, 3! 1, 2, 3! 1, 2, 3! 1, 2, 3! Nowhere to run! This'll be my round!
There you go. So, a little bit of combinations, a little bit of moves to get you going. Alright, so let's go into the actual match. So go back to the main menu. And let's go to versus. If you just want to jump in rather than doing story or arcade, just jump in with a versus. And you go to player 1 versus CPU. It gives you the option of going for a single battle or a team battle. I recommend single battle unless you want to be multiple characters and have a real challenge on your hand, then you can go team battle. But Street Fighter is 1v1. You don't often have team battles in Street Fighter. So single battle. Then you can set your rounds. So either 5 is your max, 1 is your minimum. So you have 1 or 5. I'm going to go for 5 for this review. You have your match time settings. 99 is the max, and then 60 is the min. So 60 or 99. And then your CPU difficulty, how hard you want your CPU to fight. I would recommend 4, maybe 5 if you're pushing it. But if you're new to Street Fighter and you want to try it and you never played a Street Fighter game before, then I would recommend 1. And 1 is kind of like, 1 is your start off. Then as you progress, I would bump it up to 2, then 3, then 4, and then if you really want to get into it being difficult, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 is your hardest difficulty there is, and it really is, I mean, it is a right challenge. So stick with 4 or 5. I stick with 4. So proceed to match. We'll go for, so I'm not favoritism or favorizing a certain map. For this review, I'll just go to random. And again with the characters, I'll randomize each character. So random and random. Just so you know, I haven't, oh, well, look at that. I get Chun-Li. So Chun-Li, I'll go with that V skill and that V trigger, and I'll go with that and that.
Let me hear
Let's
your
begin.
sweet scream.
So yeah, so let's get into the match.
Want to see my kung fu? I'll show you.
Well then, where do you want me to break you first?
Round 1. Fight!
Alright, just turning it down a little bit. So you can block by moving backwards.
I won't let up on you! Spinning bird kick! No! And take this! Hazatsu! This way! Yeah? I'll finish this! You're done! You can't escape!
Oh yeah, that's how we do that. I was down. but I
That's good
wasn't
kung
up.
fu.
Round 2. Fight!
No. No. Kikoken. 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 Spinning bird kick. No. Hazatsu.
So all I'm doing is just using different combinations
Kikoken.
of moves that are
Yeah.
just in the. And all I'm doing is just flicking the left stick in ways that I need to help me do a move.
No. I won't let up on you.
Again, using that V trigger. V trigger allows you to get
Don't hold a
your
grudge, okay?
attacks a little bit
Round 3.
make more damage.
Fight!
And take this. No. Hazatsu. And take this. I'll finish this.
There we go.
Chun-Li wins.
Alright, so it gives you a gives you a result of how it went, the win streak and so on, and it gives you also the option of playing again. Turn to the character station screen to do it, to play with different characters, or to return back settings, or to return to the main menu. So, the gameplay. I would say the gameplay is a high 8 out of 10 for the gameplay. It's very difficult for new Street Fighter characters or new Street Fighter players to get into the game, but once they got into it and got the basics out of the way, it can be quite addictive, I will say, but it can get frustrating as well, especially when you're getting attacked and you're trying to work out a certain moveset, but the combo isn't working very well, or something like that. It's very hard to get to grips with the different combo systems. But if you remember what attacking is and what square and triangle and X and circle both do, then you're pretty much good to go. With the presentation, it looks a very good game. The graphics are good, the backgrounds are good, the music is good, and it gives you a good feel of playing. Oh my bad, of playing a fighting game. So with that, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. So a 9 out of 10 for the presentation. Pros and cons of the game. Number one, it gives you the game itself gives you a multiple number of game modes to try, with a full, the second one is you got a 40 roster character select, so you got a big range of characters there. Number three, you can, if you're new, like I said, if you're new to the game and you want to train and you haven't played a game like this before, or it's been a while since you played a fighting game, training is ideal, and it gives you that option to do training. And number four, if you like online and you want to challenge the world, there's still ongoing online characters and online players playing this game, so there's always that opportunity. If offline doesn't do it for you and you want to go online and play PvP, then that's there for you too. A con, I would say, a negative to this game, the story mode isn't great. It's not, you could come into the story and not know anything about Street Fighter, and you wouldn't go away once you've done it knowing anything else about Street Fighter or anything new about it. The story isn't terrific. Second one is, if you want all the characters, you have to pay for the DLC stuff. There is DLC packs, and they're not, at the moment they're cheap, but when the game came out they weren't. So that's not. It would be nice if it just gave you, in previous Street Fighters they gave you all the characters. In this one they don't. You have to get them. Number three, there's a lot of updates for this game. Every time you want to play it, you got to wait for all the updates to download. So there's plenty of those. There's one every week, it seems. So that can be an issue if you just want to jump into the game and you can't because you're waiting for a download to get sorted. And final one, the arcade is good, but it should go back into how previous Street Fighters looked, rather than going with the graphics of what Street Fighter 5 looks like. It should have gone back in time and given you that retrospective side of things, when it doesn't, which is a shame. So the overall score for Street Fighter 5 is, I'm going to give it a high. Like I said, I like the gameplay. I'll give it a high 8 out of 10. It's good for a fighting game, but the combo system is a letdown. You'll be annoyed about the combos, and you'll even though you'll get addictive to it if you're into Street Fighter, there are other fighting games out there that are a little bit easier to grasp than Street Fighter is. I've done one, I'm about to do another one here pretty soon, but yeah, if you're into Street Fighter and you're still a big fan of it, then Street Fighter 5 is worth getting, but there is some things that bring it down a little bit. So with that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this review. I love doing these reviews. It's actually quite rewarding for me to connect with you guys like this, do a review of a game that I enjoy, and that hopefully you guys can enjoy too while watching my review on it. So with that being said, I hope you've enjoyed this stream, and I'll see you guys in the next Baz86 review. Take it easy.